sweet taste of victory. Wildcard weekend. And what a wild weekend indeed. Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans in a heavyweight matchup for the ages. And what a great battle it was. I don't even know where to begin with this one. First of all, congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens. Congratulations to our boy LAMAR Jackson on his very first playoff win, successfully completing his mission in changing the narrative. And I'm sure there will be plenty of more playoff victories to come. But boy, does this feel great. Our squad showed tremendous heart and resilience all throughout the entire game. Proved to all the doubters who believed we can't come back from behind. And also finally shut the haters' mouth talking about LAMAR cannot win a playoff game. We will hear no more of that. No sir. So give our boy the credit he is due. That was a great game played by both teams. Outstanding effort displayed by both sides. I was on the edge of my seat, shit, sometimes even out of my seat the entire time. Some great performances out there, mainly by our defense. What the Our boy Hollywood definitely showed up and showed out, actually looking like a true number one with that performance. And of course our boy LAMAR showed up and did his thing as well. The offense definitely ran through him, as it always does. And he did what he needed to do when he needed to do it. Very happy for him and the rest of the squad. Them boys earned this one. And I know it's just that much sweeter knowing exactly who we just sent home packing in the process. Our defense was just playing lights out. Of course we gave some things up here and there, but for the most part we had everything under complete control. 100% shattered my expectations in the run game. I mean, damn. Reduced the Beastmaster himself, Derrick Henry, to a total non-factor. Just completely took him right out of the game. Mr. Two-Pan Man himself to a measly 40 yards. Now I'll admit, while I definitely didn't see that coming, I'm damn sure glad I saw it happen. Our secondary unit did everything we possibly could have asked of them, especially with the position they were in with that bulldozer in the backfield. And even when they did give some things up, low-key, a lot of it was still good coverage. LAMAR is just a different breed. The things this man is able to get away with week in and week out on that field just baffles me. There were countless times where he could have easily dumped the ball off quickly and picked up a few yards. But he said, nah, I'm cool. I'll wait. And proceeds to buy another 25 minutes running around the backfield until he either found an open man downfield or kept the rock for himself. A juke move here, a stiff arm there, and even in times where it seems the defense has him pinned like the tail on a jackass, he somehow manages to Houdini his way out, or simply just outrun whoever is nearby. It is truly a sight to behold. He was straight slanging that rock like we were back in the 1980s. Boy was throwing some absolute darts out there. And by the way, shout out to the offensive line as well. They had a great game in my opinion. Can't thank you guys enough. It was all around just a tremendous collective effort and execution by all units. Was it a perfect game? Of course not. But perfect isn't necessarily what we need. We just need to do enough to secure that dub. And I am very proud of the way our boys was able to do that in this one. The nerves I experienced in anticipation for this game alone was unprecedented. By the time I saw our boys even just running out of the tunnel, I was damn near ready to run through a brick wall, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this play-by-play. Coin toss. Heads it is. I'm just playing, I don't know what it landed on. But nevertheless, Titans ball. I like it. Defense comes out hot and sets the tone early. Forces a 3-and-out on Tennessee's first possession. Exactly what we needed. Get these boys a little bit of foreshade, you feel me? Show them exactly what they just signed up for. 4th down. Get off the field. Ravens offense comes out with the early momentum thanks to the strong defensive stand. only to also go 3 and out. Momentum bar right back down to a minimum. Titans ball. A.J. Brown established his presence early on our D, specifically on our boy Hump, who was guarding Brown damn near the entire game. The premier matchup, if you will. Brown begins his torment starting on the Titans' second possession with a big boy catch over Marlowe, which is the first big offensive play of the game. And unfortunately, it did not end there, oh no. Because just a few plays later, Brown straight up big brothered our boy Hump. Hump might have flopped a little bit, but nonetheless, that savage A.J. Brown had our boy Hump caught flailing in the end zone. Not a good look, to say the least. By the way, did y'all think that was a penalty? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. I feel like they were both fighting for the ball. And me personally, I definitely prefer when the refs actually allow these boys to fight for possession a little bit. Even if it doesn't always benefit my team, as you can see here. I just feel like that's how the game should be played. Nothing crazy, of course. You know, obviously there is such a thing as pass interference, as there should be. But this play was the perfect example of how contact should be done. Unfortunately for us Ravens though, our boy Hump seemed more like he was fighting for the flag than the ball on that particular play. But it's all good, all understood. And by the way, I would have been happy with the penalty too, of course, for what it's worth. But nevertheless, Titans up, 7-zip, Ravens ball. We proceed to go to work, and eventually, unfortunately, we are led to the first turnover of this game. Lamar drops back. Quick pressure, all up in his grill. Boykin runs a corner route. Lamar initially has a clean pocket, but by the time Boykin broke out on his route, late pressure gets to Lamar's grill. Lamar lets the ball go late, and it proceeds to be picked off by who? None other than Malcolm Butler himself. Now this play could have worked if the ball was thrown outside the numbers, but it wasn't. The late pressure was enough to throw off the throw. Pick, Titans ball. And they were able to get 3 points out of this, which certainly had my fumes fuming. Nonetheless, Titans 10, Ravens 0. Ravens ball. We drive to a 3rd and long. Definitely the moment I've been waiting for. And thankfully, by the grace of God, we actually decided to pass the ball. Lamar drops back. Heavy heat all in his face. He escapes the pocket with Adoree Jackson on his heels. Proceeds to hit a brief Heisman pose on Adoree Jackson. Takes off towards his right under hot pursuit. And fires an absolute missile down the sideline. Complete to none other than Mark Andrews. Huge 3rd and long conversion closes the first quarter. Score still remains Titans 10, Ravens 0. Second quarter begins and the Gus Bus totes that rock. Converts another 3rd and short off a read option. Shortly after, Lamar throws a laser red dot to our boy Hollywood. 30-yard grab ignited a flame within me at the time. However, unfortunately, immediately after, Jackson nearly picked off in the end zone, followed by a 3rd down sack. Damn near extinguished that very flame. But the fire wasn't yet finished burning, as we were at least able to come up with 3 points, making the score now Titans 10, Ravens 3. Which, by the way, shout out to the GOAT kicker Justin Tucker, aka Automat Tuck, as we like to call him. Because with the way a lot of these kickers even been missing chip shots this year, you can never take for granted having a special teams unit that you truly feel can get you points almost every time you send them out there. Still in all, Titans ball. And the Titans begin to move the ball just a little bit. Just before another big 3rd down, Ravens get a huge sack and the ball back as the Titans are forced to punt it off. Get off the field. Our defense was playing at a championship level all game, especially our run D. No MC, regardless of if we had to sell out or not. because even when we did, our legendary secondary held up very well. So with that being said, Ravens ball. Ravens taking flight. Nice little drive going. Hand off to Hollywood out the backfield. He jukes a man out his soul for a nice chunk of yards. We drive to a 3rd and long, 9 to be exact. And we actually called another pass play. Lamar drops back, surveys the field. Everybody's locked up like Akon in them. And what does our boy do? But what he does best. Spots the open lane, takes off like the Black Panther in stride, and slashes through the Titans defense for a 48-yard burner. And with that, evens the score, 10-10. But the real score here has still yet to be settled. Titans ball, 2nd and 10. Tannehill drops back. Jihad Ward comes off the line like a madman. Chases down Tannehill. Tannehill no choice. Lets off a bullet. Ward right in front of him. Comes up big with a pass deflection that sees Ryan Tannehill complete a pass to himself, only to be sacked yet again, this time by Ward. Great play by him. And once again our defense comes through for us and eventually gets another stop. 4th down. Score all tied up at 10. Ravens ball. We drive to yet another 3rd and long on our side of the field. Clock running low, and we call, wait for it, yet another pass play on 3rd and long. 3rd and 10 to be exact. Lamar drops back with some great protection, might I add, and delivers a strike on the move downfield for the 1st down to none other than our boy Hollywood Brown himself. And that was a very bright moment, but then, unfortunately, the next few plays that followed were all very dim. We end up somehow with a 4th and 31, and you guessed it, forced a punt. Unfortunately not able to get any points to go into halftime with the lead. Score still tied at 10. 2nd half underway. Ravens come out of halftime with the ball. We drive it. Another crucial 3rd and short. Another brutal read option. And another 1st down for our boys. And after another huge rush by LaMarvelous, we are now in the red zone. 3rd and goal converted on a pass by Lamar to the bullback. Swiss Army knife himself, Patrick Ricard. 1st down. Immediately followed by a touchdown rush by emerging star rookie J.K. Dobbins. Ravens take the lead for the first time in this game, 17-10. Titans ball. Ravens again start off great on D. Titans drive to a 3rd and short. Tannehill drops back. Has time. Eventually is pressured. Does a great job of escaping the pocket and extending the play. Throws a nice pass beyond the 1st down marker and hits his man, only for his man to be hit. And thankfully drops the pass. 4th down. Get off the field. Ravens ball. Backed up in our own red zone, by the way. We drive to 3rd and 3. And here we go with the old reliable read option. Lamar keeps and goes absolutely nowhere. 4th down. Can't be too mad at the call, as I feel, at least me personally, I was pretty much on board with everything thus far, so we'll let that one go. Regardless, Titans ball. They drive it. Our defense is still looking phenomenal, but as a result of us being forced to respect Henry, Tannehill is finding some openings within our D, making some nice throws and methodically moving his offense down the field, all the way into our red zone. Eventually they drive to a 3rd and goal. Tannehill drops back, and our solid D gets the job done yet again. 6 the dogs on Tannehill and forces an incompletion. 4th and goal. Titans bring the field goal unit out and Gostkowski hits for 3. Score now Ravens 17, Titans 13. Ravens ball. We moving. Lamar still making plays with his arms, legs, feet, head, shoulders, you name it. He's been consistently finding our boy Hollywood throughout the game. In the process, completes a couple of passes to him on this drive alone, as a matter of fact. One of which was a nice screen up the sideline, which went for a big gain and a first down. And a sight that you never want to see followed, as our boy Hollywood got up from that play, clearly compromised. But thankfully, it was very short-lived. In fact, he stepped right back out into the war zone like 2 plays later. And LAMAR actually targets him again as soon as he comes back in. This time on a 3rd and 7 shot to the end zone. Unfortunately to no avail. But however, still of course a good sign our boy was back out there on that battlefield. Nonetheless, 4th down. Ravens bring back out the GOAT automatic. Wait. He missed it? Of course he did. You know, he's only the greatest kicker of all times. Funny, we literally just mentioned the type of year it's been for these kickers missing routine shots. And how reliable our boy Tuck was. And here is his kick, just a tad off to the right. But this was by no means a chip shot for our boy, don't get me wrong. This was a 52-yarder now. I guess I've just been that spoiled as a Ravens fan with Tuck. But he's so good that you can almost never be upset with a miss from him, like, no matter what. But regardless, Titans ball. Ravens defense is the real MVP in this one. They were playing absolutely out of their minds. And we come up with another huge stop, forcing a drop from A.J. Brown that I believe was a would-be first down for them if caught. But nonetheless, our defense forces yet another punt. Get off the field. Ravens ball. We are beginning to turn our swag on now. LAMAR steady making good throws. Hollywood staying reliable. LAMAR gashing the Titans defense every few plays. We eventually drive to a 3rd and 6. LAMAR drops back, and it's complete to Willie Snead. But unfortunately, short of the first down. 4th and 2, inside the Titans 30. Our offense stays out there. LAMAR drops back, pressure in his face. He flicks it to Dobbins out the backfield. Dobbins makes the catch and tumbles forward for the first down. But there is a flag down on the field. They get our boy Willie Snead on some bogus, nonsensical call. 4th down. Legendary GOAT kicker Justin Tucker comes out yet again to give it another go. This time from 51 yards out. The kick is up, and Tucker drills it through for another 3. Ravens 20, Titans 13. Titans ball. Little over 4 minutes to go. They're driving. They get to a 3rd and 1 inside their own 30. They hand it off to who else but Henry. And our championship defense comes up big yet again. Absolutely stuffs the Beastmaster Derrick Henry at the line of scrimmage. Titans running very low on options as the clock is running very low on time. And the Titans go for broke with the good old QB sneak. And they convert. And with a fresh set of downs, they continue driving. Tannehill, who's been making good throws all game, drops back and lets off a deep ball, only to be picked off by our boy MP the Juice Man. We knew he would come through for us. And in the most clutchest of the clutchiest moments, he directly answered our prayers and gifted us that turnover we asked him for in our prediction. Tannehill showed his hand early and had his eyes locked on his target way before he even threw the ball. And our boy Marcus Peters took this opportunity to do what he does best. Read the QB's eyes, put himself in the perfect position to capitalize, and came down with the ball to put his team in the position to close this one out the right way. And if it wasn't obvious enough already that this game was extra personal, look for no further evidence than our boys literally assaulting the Titans logo, reaping our revenge and settling the score on all sorts of fronts. Them boys stomped the penalty out that logo. They mad petty for that. but I like it. Anyways, a clean 15-yarder subtracted from the return. But in the end, it really didn't matter none, as a few big plays later from the Ravens, namely that 33-yard gash by Lamar, finally put this game away for good, like Jumanji. Final score, Ravens 20, Titans 13. I can't even begin to describe the joy that overcame me once I realized, holy shit, this is it. We actually about to do this. And we did. Once again, congratulations to our boy Lamar for getting his first playoff win. And congrats to our team for getting this collective dub and advancing to the next round. But of course, our mission is not yet over. We still have plenty more work to do. We're on to the next victim. We got a date with the Buffalo Bills. We will be dropping something prior to that, so be on the lookout. But until then, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the vid if you fucks with the content. I'd even want to ring the bell and check on the neighbors next door while you're at it. But until next time, stay fly flock and enjoy the victory. Sing.